This research captured lived experiences of people who went through the floods in January to July 2022 in New South Wales and Queensland. We did 192 interviews with residents about their experiences. 100 of those were in New South Wales, 92 were in Queensland. And then we followed that up with an online survey where we surveyed 430 people from across those two states, again about their experiences. One of our key findings was that community connectedness was such an important part of people's journey through the floods in terms of how they recovered afterwards as well, or how they were recovering afterwards. So we found that communities were really playing a large part in terms of alerting their neighbours and friends. They were helping with cleanup. They were making decisions during the actual floods themselves as well. And they were there as a really trusted support when it came to everything after the floods as well. So another key finding was that people felt really quite isolated after the floods and after the initial responses when the support was dying down. And so that idea about having support from officials but also support from community made such a difference to people in terms of their recovery. They really appreciated that sort of support, and we know that people will take a while to recover. It's still fairly early days when we collected our data back in 5 months, 8 months after the event. So we know that they're going to need support into the future, both in that immediate sort of few months afterwards, but all the way through for further for months and years ahead. So one of the challenges that people were reporting to us a few months down the track was their desire to get back home. So people who'd been displaced because their homes had been damaged by the floods were really keen to get back on their property. So there was some concern about sort of finding ways to do that because they'd been dislocated from their communities. Everything was harder because children had to go further to school, and they were really keen, even if they just got their house to a livable standard, even if it wasn't comfortable, they were still really keen to get back in and to find a way to be on site to oversee the building and the rebuilding and generally just feel a sense of normalcy again. So we heard from people about what they thought they would do differently, and they were very keen to sort of pass that information on to others who might find themselves in similar situations. And so we found that people were really keen to think more about the things that they threw out during the cleanup. They were particularly concerned months down the track that things had been thrown away that they wish they hadn't thrown away, and that they had more time to think about that. They had prepared more in terms of thinking about things that mattered to them. Another key finding was that people really felt that they wished they'd been more prepared in general. So again, after the event, there were things decisions that people wished they'd made that were different in terms of acting sooner, of being more aware of what was going on around them, of alerting friends and neighbours, and generally taking more time to stock up with items if they thought they were going to be isolated for a while. We really would like to say thank you to the people who gave their time to talk to our team. We hope that we can use your experiences to make a tangible difference to flood safety and other related things in the disaster management space.